Hello guys, I just wanted to shoot this short video, just kind of introduce myself and explain why and what I'm doing on YouTube. My name is Billy Sealing. I have been collecting cards for years, probably since 1997-ish. I was a lot younger. I've been on every message board known to man under different usernames. Probably my most recognizable was Datsuki and Deke. I did have, at the time, around the lockout, one of the best Datsu collections out there. What kind of soured me from the hobby was around that time when he was becoming one of the best, if not the best player in the world. All of these different companies just started flooding the market with cards, and it was impossible to keep up as a player collector. And I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way today, when every player has 100, one-of-ones issued every year. And obviously you don't have to collect every single card that a player has, but there's something to be said about years ago when you could say, okay, I have 98% of his cards, and I might not have a one-of-one, but I have collected almost everything. So the reason I'm doing this is because I think that from maybe 1998 to the lockout was the glory age of collecting, in my opinion. Today I did a video featuring Topps Heritage, and it was a pretty fun break. The problem, if you want to call it that, is that almost every brand doesn't hold its value anymore because there's more and more crazy stuff coming out every year. Like, for instance, I pulled a Hall of Famer's autograph card, which, that should be worth some serious, some decent money. It should hold its value. But card companies just flood the market now, and that's why I'm just not a fan of the hobby anymore. I don't trade. The items that I pull from this video series will be for sale, but trading anymore, there's just no incentive. Even players that I like for example Datsuk, I could never possibly catch up to where I left off. I couldn't even come close. There are so many variations and so many just parallels and so many ridiculously low numbered cards. I don't understand how anyone could become a player collector of the younger kids. I mean, unless you had hundreds of thousands of dollars, how could you be Connor McDavid's #1 collector? Either way, the reason I'm getting away from the newer products is because I like the older stuff. I think it was a better time, personally. Sound like an old man here, but I think the breaks were more fun. You had a pile of commons left over afterwards, and maybe you didn't collect them, maybe you didn't make sets, but you knew people that did. And when you got an autograph, it was a big thing. A piece of a jersey in a card, wow, that was crazy. But nowadays, if it's not a book that flips open with 30 players inside, it's not worth it. If you've got to open 10 cases of a product and flip it all as soon as it comes out, or, I don't understand. I don't see this as much of a hobby anymore. It just seems like a gamble. So what I'm going to do is open boxes from 10 years ago. Maybe even older. The older stuff I may do because it's actually, really, really cheap to do. But just opening these boxes in themselves are not the cheapest, depending on the product. For example, I'm very interested in opening the original Ultimate Memorabilia from Be A Player, and the only box I can find is $1,000, and I know for a fact that I will never get that money back. just like today and my previous break, that didn't happen either. Um, Nothing really holds its value anymore because, you know, oh, okay, you pulled a Gordie Howe autograph from 10 years ago. Well, here's a new Gordie Howe card featuring, you know, his stick, his glove, jerseys. It's got a piece of his hair. You know, it's just it's getting out of hand. It's crazy. I don't understand it. And in all honesty, I just don't see the appeal anymore. It seems like it's more gambling than anything. It doesn't seem like there's any fun in it when people are just buying case after case. You know, if you're gonna put $3,000 into a case just so you can get a Nathan McKinnon rookie and resell it, what's the point? Besides making money. And I look on eBay just trying to find boxes, and I can't even find old boxes any longer because all it is in the search engine is just box break after box break. And like, oh, okay, you can pay at $10 and you can have whatever Buffalo Sabres cards we get out of this box. What? I just don't see the fun in it anymore. I know a lot of you guys do, and your situation in life might be different. You might be older. You, quite frankly, might have a ton of money, and you just want to, you know, that's totally your business, and I understand that. But I do not like the direction that the hobby is going in, personally. And what I've been reading lately about companies like Be A Player going out of business and just releasing a flood of rare cards that should never hit the market is just crazy. There's no reason that you should have a Vezina card sitting in a warehouse somewhere and then putting a little piece of foil on it and then sending it out. What happens to the guy that paid $800 for that card, 7 years ago? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm ranting. But on a high note, I want to continue opening older boxes for as long as I can, as long as it makes sense. Obviously, a box like Ultimate Memorabilia probably won't happen, but there are other options. Okay, that was a long pause. But, yeah, I think I've run out of stuff to say. Hopefully you guys enjoy the videos. I have the worst internet connection known to man, so it does take a while for them to upload. So I hope someone's watching them. I hope someone's getting a kick out of it. Either way, I'll continue to do it because it entertains me, even if I'm not making any money or even pulling anything that's worth anything nowadays. I'd rather spend $500 on 5 boxes from my childhood than spend $500 on a pack so I can get a bunch of cards that are worthless in 2 months. That's just how I feel. Nothing personal towards the guys that love that stuff, but I think this is definitely the way to go for me to enjoy this. I took a long enough break, and I'm glad I'm back in it. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and thanks for listening to my rant.